Make sure we've got all this up and running. We'll just give it a few minutes. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the final stream of the week. It is Division 4. We are here at Monza for the final race of the week in RSF1. I think for the start it's just going to be me, but I might have a special guest joining me in between qualifying, so we'll watch out for him. But we're getting into the first part of qualifying. Looks like it's going to be a sunny session for these drivers. They've got 18 minutes to put the best time up as they can in Q1. There's only going to be one elimination tonight though, because there's 16 drivers on the grid. I'll run you through those drivers quickly. So we've got Chrismic in the Aston Martin. We've got Crayon Flower. We've got Stars Orphan, who's new to Div 4, only his second drive, so wishing him the best of luck tonight. We've got Rogue, we've got SLR Vettel, Mr. Causey, we've got Nifty Nazarene, Quick Mick, we've got Immortal, we've got Echo, we've got Old Manzi, Zomzi, NRG Lem, JD Devil Noob, MT the Mighty, and J Clays rounds out your 16 drivers for tonight's race. We've got some action down in the pit lane as a few drivers go out onto the track. The first one of them is SLR Vettel. So we'll see how they fare on their first laps, trying to get used to the track conditions. It's quite interesting to see a dry qualifying, because for the past I think two out of the 5 streams, or 2 or 3 out of the 5 streams this week have been a wet qualifying, so a bit different tonight, but we'll see how it goes. The game just seems very loud. I'm just going to see if I can change that. Maybe it's just my headset, but anyway. We've got SR Vettel on the first lap of the qualifying 1 session, heading down in towards turn 1. It's kept it relatively clean. Heading up to the Cava Grande now, the long right-hander of turn 3. Brakes late into the chicane, runs it beautifully through there. Heading up to the Lesmo corners now. The first one of the right-handers. A little back straight here. And then very quick into the second Lesmo corner. Onto the second dose of DRS. And under the bridge. And in just a few moments we'll be flying through Ascari right now. Clips the inside curb, rides the inside a little bit. Clipping on the exit, riding as much curb as you can. Down the back straight before the famous Parabolica. So we'll see how SLR Vettel's lap forms up. I'm sure this will just be a sort of a banker lap, and we'll see much quicker times as the session goes on. It goes very wide through the Parabolica, keeps it on the track though to the line now. SLR Vettel with a 1:28 as the benchmark for these other drivers to compete against. I believe our next car to finish a lap will be MT the Mighty, heading through the Parabolica right now. As MT the Mighty will come up to the line now and sets a 1:27. So nearly a tenth quicker than SLR Vettel's time. J Clate's putting a 21.1 in the process. We have got Quick Mick starting a lap. I'm just trying to see who is the next one to sell up. Echo has invalidated his first lap. We've got Zomzi heading down the back straight now towards the Parabolica in the Alfa Romeo. We'll see how he fares as he heads through the Parabolica now. Keeps it within track limits. Nice and tight up to the line. Goes third fastest with a 21.1. Next one to cross the line, I believe, will be Mr. Cozzy. It is. Mr. Cozzy goes fastest with a 20.7. We'll be very happy with that lap to start qualifying. Next one to cross the line is, I believe, it's not Echo, it was Old Manzi starting a lap. So we'll see as Jay Clates goes even faster. We've got Rogue who's just invalidated a time, so we'll have to go again. Next one to cross the line, I think it'll be a Mercedes. Yeah, it will be. It'll be Quick Mick. So Quick Mick comes around the Parabolica now. Goes to the line. What will it be for the Mercedes? It's enough for P5 with a 21.0. So we've had 6 drivers pitting a time so far. We've got Chrismick, who's unfortunately invalidated. We have got Stars Orphan on an out lap in the Red Bull. We've got Rogue heading through the second Lesmo at the moment. Is there anyone closer to finishing a lap in front of him? I believe Old Manzi will be the next one to cross the line. Heads through Parabolica now. You don't use as much ERS as you'd expect on this lap. It's got 40% left, so we've got McLaren taking a very strange line into the pit lane, if we saw that. Anyway, Old Manzi set a 21.8, so probably gonna have to go again. I said before that Rogue was heading through Lesmos, but has decided to back off, it looks like. We've got Nifty Nazare heading through the chicane into the Lesmo corners. As I believe, is Quick Mick on another lap? No, Quick Mick's 3 seconds down, so it will be, I believe, Chrismick next one to set a lap. Chrismick, a very fast driver in Division 4. We'll be hoping to have some good luck tonight. Crosses the line now for the Aston Martin. Goes first, goes quickest with a 25. I think Chrismick will be happy with that lap. Pretty much 2 tenths separating him and Mr. Cozzy. Actually, it's 2 tenths and 1/1000th that separates them. As we had, I believe it was Stars Orphan starting a lap. Sorry, just finished a lap. Went 7th fastest with a 29. I think Rogue is out on a lap at the moment. Heading just out of Ascari now. On the medium tyres as well, so obviously wanting to save as many softs for the later stages of qualifying and have a set for the race if needed. We've seen a lot of drivers pitting onto the softs this week during the race for late safety cars and that, but it doesn't seem that Rogue improved that time, so stays P11. We've got a few cars on an out lap. Chrismick's 6 seconds down. We've got Old Manzi, who's a 10th and a bit up on his time previously. Heading up to Ascari now. SR says lost at least 2 tenths by running wide through Parabolica. Yeah, it can really cost you. There's quite a few corners that can catch you out around Monza. Old Manzi, it's currently sitting P10 with a 21.8. This is the second lap on these tyres for Old Manzi. So we'll see how he fares as he comes through the Parabolica to end his lap. Pulls into the pit lane, so he's not going to finish that lap, but we've seen another car heading through, and it was Immortal starting his first flying lap of this session. Got Echo, who's heading through the first Lesmo corner at the moment. But we've also got JD Devilnoob, who is currently on a lap. I think it's worth a mention if you didn't know, JD Devilnoob drives in the Creator Series as well. So he drives with quite a few of the well-known F1 creators. So it's pretty cool to have him in RSF1. We'll see how he fares as he comes through the Parabolica. To the line now for JD Devilnoob, it's going to be a 1:21.2. That's not too bad on the medium tyres, so see how it goes. As Echo goes fastest with a 20.2, so a very good lap from the Alpine, and it's on the medium tyres as well. Jeez, that's impressive. As Zoms goes 7th fastest, found 3/10 on that lap, puts in a 20.8. We've got Creon Flower on a lap coming up to Ascari now. As Immortal went 3rd fastest out of nowhere with a 25, so very respectable for the Williams. Obviously, I think Lem's either serving a quali ban or cannot connect or something, but it seems that Immortal is doing a decent enough job for the Williams. So we've got in Chrismic, I think it was, no, it was Mr. Causey, sorry, that went 2nd fastest during all of that. But we've got Creon Flower coming to the line now, goes 9th fastest with a 20.8. We've got quite a few drivers in the pit lane now, so we'll see who we can catch as they are. I think a lot of them are on cooldown laps, so it'll be difficult to find a driver on a lap at the moment. We've got Modcat on an out lap at the moment, only driver not to set a time yet apart from NRG Lem. I've just noticed that Modular Cat must have joined late because he is driving as Charles Leclerc, so just thought I'd point that out. He's got the Monegasque helmet on. Not complaining, love the helmet. Anyway, I think he'll be the only one to be setting a lap anytime soon, so we'll stay on board with Modular Cat as he makes his way to start the lap through Parabolica. Heading down the main straight, starts the lap, opens the DRS. Heading down towards turn 1, will he reach 120 miles an hour? He does so very easily, nearly 222 miles an hour, sorry. Heads through turn 1, collecting quite a bit of curb, but seems to have got through relatively easily. Heading through the Curva Grande now, hugging the inside curb before opening it up into the chicane. Seems to be a decent lap shaping up for Modular Cat as he heads through the chicane up to the Lesmo corners now. Can be really easy to run wide here, but Modcat keeps it nice and clean. Into the second Lesmo corner now, trying to ride the outside curb, does so into the DRS zone now, and it's a pretty decently long back straight ahead of him, but before he gets to there he has to go through the infamous Ascari chicane, and has done pretty good through there. Has provisionally set a purple second sector. Is going through Parabolica now to end the lap with Modular Cat in the Ferrari at the home race. What's it going to be for Modular Cat? Goes to the line now. It was a good lap, we thought. It only went 11th fastest, so with a 29, so maybe in a spot of danger, but should have enough time to get back into the pit lane and get back out for another lap. Yeah, Mr. Causey, it was a, how do you put it, like, just outstanding, really. Just a dominant lap from Echo, a 20.2 on the medium tyres, as you said. We've got a lot of drivers on outlaps at the moment. I believe Rogue has just gotten ready to start a lap though. Rogue was in Div 5 last season but has been promoted to Div 4. Same with the championship winner from last year, Stars Orphan, was in Div 3 but managed to sneak his way into Div 4. Nah, nothing against him. Hopefully he does well tonight. Same with all drivers. Chrismic, what's happened, mate? You've just said you've quit. Be a P3. You've got time. So we've got Rogue heading down towards Ascari right now. I think everyone's just a bit baffled by that time from Echo on a medium compound as well. Oh, and Rogue gets a little bit twitchy on the exit of Ascari. Heading down into Parabolica now. What's it going to be for TYG Rogue? Crosses the line now. Goes 8th fastest with a 20.8. As we have drivers out on track getting ready for their final laps. I think Modular Cat is on a cool down lap, I'd have to say. Oh no, it is on a push lap, but we've got JD Devil Noob who's 5/10 up on this time right now. You really got to think that this is JD Devil Noob's only chance of getting through to Q2. Through Parabolica now, he goes. What's it going to be for JD Devil Noob, the Creator Series driver? To the line now, goes third fastest. That's a much better time from JD Devil Noob as Zoms goes fourth as well. So you'd have to say those two are safe. As Modular Cat went fourth fastest as well to push him up the field. So the driver in risk right now is Old Manzi, Quick Mick and Stars Orphan. Stars Orphan is in the pit lane, so maybe a tad worried for Mr. Orphan. We've got Quick Mick, we've got Old Manzi on a lap at the moment heading through the second Lesmo corner. I don't think this might be a cool down lap or a warm up lap, I'm not too sure. We've got Quick Mick, who's just started a lap, headed through the Cava Grande. It's 4/10 up on his previous times, and a spot of danger as MT the Mighty goes fastest out of nowhere with a 20.1, so has knocked Echo off of his throne. Very respectable time from the Red Bull, something we're very used to seeing Red Bulls being at the front, but that does not matter in RSF1. We've got Quick Mick 4/10 up on his times, currently sitting P15, so in a spot of danger. Heading through Ascari now, it's a bit wide. He's going to have to back out. It was extremely poor through there. And he's in a spot of danger now because Old Manzi is on a lap but is not improving. It's currently a 10th down, so going to have to find something in this last two sectors. Stay on board with Old Manzi though, because he is, I believe, the only one left on a lap. He heads down towards Ascari. Hugging the inside curb. And then all the way down the back straight. Carrying as much speed as she can. Surprised his teammate hasn't given him a bit of a slipstream. But anyway, we'll move on, heading into Parabolica now. Keeps it much neater. Heading to the line now. Is not going to go to the line. Knows that the time is not going to be enough. So we do lose Old Manzi 31 in that first party qualifying. But MT the Mighty, Echo, Mr. Causey, JD Devil Noob and Modular Cat are the top 5 in that first session. I still can't get over the fact that that time was set on a set of medium tyres by Echo, so obviously got even more pace to show when it gets to his soft tyre run-in, so I think he could be within a shout for pole position tonight. Got Crismic saying that Nazare is a rocket ship. We know that Nazare is a very quick driver. He's currently sitting P9, but definitely got some pace to give, I think. Anyway, we'll be into Q2 very shortly. Whilst we had that little break during the sessions, I looked up the championship standings for Division 4. So it is Nifty Nazare that currently leads the championship over Crismic by 37 points. So that could shape up to be an interesting battle between those two. Can Crismic have a good performance this week to get back within only a few more points to find himself back in the fight for the championship? You could say that a few drivers are in with it as well. You've got Scotty only 2 points behind that, and then only another 3 points behind them are both Immortal and Modular Cat, so anyone's within a chance of the championship in Division 4, which we love to see. First car on track was the Haas of GD Devil Noob, so it'll be interesting to see how he fares. So JD Devil will be the first one to set a time in qualifying 2, where we will lose a further 5 drivers to get our top 10 shootout for Q3. So JD Devil Noob heads down the main straight, reaching 120, I keep saying 100, 221 mile an hour in towards turn 1 and 2. Has been the cause of many accidents over this week. Hopefully we don't see any tonight. He heads his way through the Cava Grande, up towards the chicane. Bounces over the first curb and the second one. Keeps it on the track. Into the Lesmo corners now. Done it nicely. Through the first one. Can he repeat it on the second one? Oh, just keeps it within track limits. Is on the limit. I think JD Devil Noob knows that he is in with a shout for pole position tonight. Had a very good showing in the first part of qualifying. He heads through Ascari now. It's absolutely amazing to watch cars go through there. As he heads onto the back straight towards the Parabolica now. Through the Parabolica goes JD Devil now to be the first one to set a time in this qualifying 2. Crosses the line now, does the Haas. Goes fastest with a 20.7. I think that'll be beaten. It does get beaten by Mr. Causey with a 20 flat. Very respectable drive from him. Nifty Nazare goes P2 with a 20.2. Jay Clates goes third fastest with a 20.6. Next one to cross the line is going to be Quick Mick in that Mercedes car. Quick Mick coming through the Parabolica now. Up to the line now for Quick Mick, 109. Goes 6 with a 20.9. As that happens, Creon Flower goes fastest and breaks into the 19s with a 19.7. That's a very good lap from Creon Flower. It's so close this season between every single division, because that was some of the times that us in Division 3 were setting last night, so it's very good to see that a lot of drivers managing to improve on this game. As Zoms comes up to the line, goes 5th fastest. We've got MT the Mighty coming through the Parabolica. Was very quick in that first part of qualifying. Goes into the pit lane though, so must have either invalidated or didn't want to finish that lap. We've got TD Rogue, who has a spin coming out of Ascari, manages to keep it out of the barrier, but we'll have to wait for an oncoming. Won't wait, because the cars of, I believe that would have been Creon Flower and it would have been Stars Orphan that were coming through. Stars Orphan will be the next one to set a time. It's not, it's going to pull into the pit lane. Sorry, he's already set a time. What am I talking about? Got Chrismic starting a lap. It's going to get a slipstream from the Williams, so I don't know if he knows he's there. Moves out of the way for him, respectfully. Immortal does. We've got Echo coming to the line now. Was very quick in the first part of qualifying on the medium tyres still. Goes 4th fastest with a 20.5. That's some exceptional pace from Echo on those tyres. Got Chris Mick currently on a lap. Has set a very decent first sector. Heading through sector 2 now. Out of the second Lesmo corner. Mini back straight now, as we have the top two retiring from the session, obviously thinking they've done enough to get through to the shootout. Chrismic into Ascari now. Beautifully done from the Aston Martin. Heading up towards Parabolica now. Got to keep it nice and tidy. Goes 5th fastest with a 20.5. So he'll probably be wondering if he's safe or not. I'd say that he's. Oh, it's going to be close, I think, between Chrismic. I'd say he's going to be safe with that lap, but you never know how drivers are going to fare. We've got Rogue on an out lap, second lap of the session for TYG Rogue in the Alfa Romeo. Currently in the elimination zone at the moment, so really needs to pull this lap together. So it looks like Rogue's going to be the only one to set a time on this set of runs. So as Rogue heads down towards turn 1, we've got AK Legend saying that Creon Flower P1 heard it here first. That's actually a really good prediction, I'd say. Creon Flower currently sitting P1 has absolutely thrashed Mr. Cozzy's time by almost 3/10, so yeah, within a fantastic shout at pole position. Anyway, on this lap, Rogue heading through the Curva Grande now. Up towards the chicane, bounces over the first curve, does not bounce over the second one. through the second Lesmo corner now. Run it a little bit wide. Heading up towards Ascari now. It's an absolute beautiful corner this, but it can be an absolute pain at times as well. Has done it nicely though. This should be a much better time from Rogue. Seen an AlphaTauri going off into the distance. It was SLR Vettel, I believe, starting a lap, but Rogue is going to come to the line now. A much better time from Rogue. Where's it going to put him? It only puts him 13th fastest, so didn't it actually improve enough to go up the tally. We're still miles off of Quick Mix time, but as we saw SLR Vettel was starting a lap just in front of him. He's heading through Sector 1 at the moment. Oh, and has lost the rear majorly through the chicane, so is going to have that lap compromised. This isn't going to be the greatest of laps for Vettel, so I think has backed off. Well, it hasn't validated anyway, so it's not going to matter no matter what. It's got a very fast approaching Alfa Romeo behind. I think it's Zomzi. It's not, it's the Alfa Romeo of Rogue who is going to be on an in lap, but Zomzi is the closest car to them in the other Alfa Romeo. Heading up through the back straight now towards the Parabolica. Into the Parabolica now. Started very nicely. What can Zomzi do? Currently sitting P7 with a 20.7. What's it going to be now? Well, it was 6 seconds slower that lap, so must have had a major off in at one of the parts of the track that we didn't see. Modular Cat coming to the line now. Only goes 13th with a 21.0. We've got MT the Mighty on an outlap at the moment as Jay Clates gets disqualified from the session. Not too sure what happened there. If someone could tell me, then we'll find out, but anyway, we've got cars on outlaps at the moment, one of which is MT the Mighty in the Red Bull. So MT the Mighty starts his final lap. Goes in towards turn 1, has gone a little bit deep but has kept it neat as Zoms went second fastest with a 19.9, so the second driver to break into the 19s in this session. MT Mighty is not improving on his time at the moment. Stars Orphan, his teammate, has started his lap. As we have Modular Cat heading through Sector 3 but hasn't validated. So the laps currently in progress are MT the Mighty, who hasn't found as much time as he would have wanted on this lap. And could find himself in the drop zone, only 8 thousandths down though. So he's going to have to absolutely fly through this final part of the lap. And is backed off, so wanting to recharge the battery for one last lap. He's only going to have this shot at on 57 or so % of ERS. Probably going to get to 60 by the time he gets to the line. But we've got cars on laps at the moment behind, one of which I believe is his teammate of Stars Orphan. It is. Stars Orphan's improving by 2 tenths. It's currently safe, but in a bit of danger in the elimination zone. This could really boost Stars up the timing charts at the moment. The Season 8 champion of Division 5 goes to the line now, goes 7th fastest with a 20.7, so is safe for now, but we have drivers currently on laps. We have Echo going fastest with a 19.6. As I was saying, drivers on laps at the moment currently in the elimination zone are Rogue, who is absolutely flying 7/10ths up. This could be enough to see Rogue get through to the knockout stages. Rogue goes 8th fastest with a 20.6. As we see, I believe that was MT the Mighty that went 6th fastest, so a much better time from the Red Bull. We've got Quick Mick currently almost 3/10ths up on his time at the moment, currently P12, so needs to pull this lap together. Goes through the Ascari chicane now, 5/10ths up. This will be enough to see him through to the shootout for pole position. Quick Mick comes around the Parabolica now. It's been a pretty solid lap from Quick Mick so far, but has got only a few hundred metres to go. To the line now, goes 5th fastest with a 20 flat, so we'll definitely see Quick Mick in qualifying 3. Question is, will SLI Vettel see qualifying 3? No, he will not. Was way too far down on his time. So that'll do it for the second part of qualifying. We lost Stars Orphan in the end. It was, I'll just try and get that up. It was Stars Orphan, Immortal, Modular Cat, and SLR Vettel that we lost in that part of qualifying. Your top runners once again, Echo showing his dominance at the top with a 19.6 ahead of Crayon Flower, Zomzi, Mr. Cozzy, Quick Mick, Nifty Nazare, MT the Mighty, JD Devil Noob, Chris Mick and Rogue. So that's your top 10 that we'll be seeing in Q3. So here we are, Q3. This is the time for the drivers to push it to the absolute limits and fight out for pole position. If anyone in the chat, we've got 20 people in here. Can we have our predictions for pole position? This is going to be a very interesting end to qualifying. As we see the cars getting out very quickly to maximise the time on track. The first car out on track right now is JD Devil Noob, who has been pretty solid through the first 2 parts of qualifying, so definitely within contention. I'd say MT the Mighty is in contention as well, and you've got to say that Echo is one of the big favourites to take pole position as well as Crayon Flower. Crayon Flower had a fantastic Q2 and a pretty solid Q1 as well, so we'll see how they go with about 10 minutes and 40 seconds left on the clock. So we've got, I believe it's JD Delnu's had a moment coming out of the Parabolica, has no front wing, so that's going to really compromise his first lap. He's going to have to come into the pit lane, and he's going to have to let every single car through as they start their flying laps. First one is Mr. Causey. In the process, we have had a very special guest joining us. If he is here, he is not here yet. We'll try to get him in. We'll have to wait for the special guest, but oh, sorry, apologies. We've got Mr. Causey will be the first one to start a lap now. He's heading through down towards Ascari now. We've got AK the Legend saying Crayon, Echo, and Zoms for pole position. So that's gonna be an interesting one to keep an eye on if you get that correct, and that is gonna be very interesting as Mr. Causey sets the 20.3 to get us started. Nifty Nazare out of nowhere with a 19.7. So Mr. Causey is on an in lap. Now we've got Quick Mick who has invalidated the first lap, so that is unfortunate. Sorry guys, I'm just trying to do something, but sorry it keeps going into pause. There we go. So we've got, I believe it is Zomzi going to be the next one to cross the line. Goes 5th fastest with a 20.5. And we have got our special guest in tonight. It's the one and only Liam. Can you hear me, mate? How are we? Just in time for the nitty gritty stuff. So we've got, absolutely, we've got 3 drivers yet to set a time yet. JD Delnoob is on an outlap at the moment. Liam, have you included your audio? There's a bit of an issue with hearing you. Yeah, there's some issue. Yeah, if you want to, yeah. As JD Devil starts his first flying lap of Q3. Yeah, legend. I noticed that. I've got the stream up as well. I'm just trying to sort something out. We've got. It's only JD Devil on a lap at the moment. Liam, has that worked in any way? We'll try and. I have no idea why my main account's in here. Nah. Nah. I think it's something to do with the stream. You know, I might try and I'll try restart the stream after qualifying. Yeah, we'll restart. Yeah. Anyway, we've got JD Devil Noob, who has just finished his time, went second fastest in the process. Luckily, was on board with him, so no screen time lost for Mr. Devil Noob. We've got Mr. Causey on an outlap at the moment. Showed some really good pace in the first two parts of qualifying, but really needs to put it together now because I think this might be his one and only lap in the third part of qualifying. Yeah, it's been really rapid tonight. I think Echo's one of the big ones to talk about tonight as well. Went fastest in Q1 on a medium set, which is just, in some ways, pretty shocking, but we'll have to see how Echo goes. He's only going to have one lap to do it though, so really has to switch it on. Mr. Causey heading out of the Curva Grande now into the chicane. Yeah, he's not improving. No, I can't hear you still, but we'll fix something after qualifying. I think it's because I'm not sure what happened, but I think it's because I was streaming it on my own to start with. I started up a party, but for some reason my main account joined it. But anyway, yeah, we'll get something sorted. But anyway, Mr. Causey is gonna finish his final time of the session. Is gonna come to the line now. What's it gonna be for Mr. Causey? Goes second fastest with a 19.9. Is that gonna be enough to keep the time though over the other drivers? We've got Chrismic on an outlap at the moment. Zomzi on an outlap. We've got Echo, who is on a lap. The one and only lap for Echo. Heading up towards the Ascari now. Has shown some absolutely lightning pace through this part of these two qualifyings, but goes, I guess, very shaky out of the exit of Ascari. He's going to have that on his shoulders as he heads up towards Parabolica. Downshifts to 6th gear. Foot to the floor now, to the line. What's going to be for Echo? Is it enough for pole position? It's enough for 4th. That exit out of Ascari really compromised his lap. So we've got... Yeah, it depends how much fuel he's got though. Anyway, MT the Mighty is on a warm-up lap at the moment. Zomzi, yeah, Zomzi only is 400s down at the moment. Chrismic retires, so he's not going to get another lap in. Wait, Chrismic is retired on track. He's spinned it. We'll see if we can't get on board of that. But we were on board with Zomzi, who's 3/10 down now. Yeah, Causey G is retired in the pit lane, I think. Echo's just trying to recharge that battery. Zoms is down on his time by 3/10, so he's not going to improve. MT the Mighty's on a lap at the moment. Got pretty much the whole field on and out lap apart from one man, MT the Mighty. We'll jump on board with Zoms after the Red Bull lap. We've got Echo, who is currently just about a tenth up, as Zoms goes fastest with a 19.3. Apologies, we had something happen with the party. We'll get it sorted after qualifying. No checkered flag is out. We've got drivers all over the place. At the moment, we've got MT the Mighty, who's currently on a lap. We've got Echo on a lap. Got Crayon Flower, 2 and a bit tenths up. But it's invalidated, so won't finish that lap. Rogue's 7 tenths up though. What's Rogue gonna do? Rogue goes 4th fastest with a 20.1. Oh, and he gets very close to the back of a slow car. Quick Mick goes P4. Cheers, mate. Right, I'm gonna restart the stream because there's something mega wrong going on with this. Aye, we're gonna restart absolutely everything. Not the lobby though, so guys, don't restart the lobby, please. This is not a lobby restart. This is just me restarting the stream. But like, we'll see you guys in a wee bit. Alright. Aye, no bother. Alright, I'll catch you guys in a wee bit. Aye, no bother. I'll try to do that as well. We'll see you guys in like a couple of minutes.